Sometimes the smallest wins in life are actually the more fun wins in life. Everything doesn't have to be so big and so grandiose. Neither do our quick tips that help make sense and actually work in our lives. Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on my channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. As always, I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah. So I wrote them down. Let me get my little trusty notebook. All right. No, it's the wrong page. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right. So, excuse me. You would think that everybody would know this one. Not necessarily. All right. They're not in any order of a specific importance. All right. Number one that I wrote down, pay for needed purchases in or with cash. Hmm. Sounds kind of blasé, kind of boring, that tip, Jan. No. Let's rewind it. Pay for needed purchases in or with cash. Now, that could mean either the green stuff in your wallet, bills, dollar bills, etc., or it could mean on a debit card, not the one I would associate with a checking account, but a prepaid debit card because I will have planned in advance how much cash I will permit myself to buy, as I used to call incidentals. Incidentals. Oh, incidentally, I want that candy bar. Incidentally, I want the little things that somehow creep our way into a very higher expense at the end of the month when you add up everything you did spend money on. Hopefully, you're keeping track. If you're using that kind of a card, we'll make sure that you don't go out of control. I didn't say a credit card. I said a prepaid debit card that I would not associate with a checking account. The kind that you could get, anyone could get, literally anyone could get. It's a great way to control your budget, I'm telling you. If you don't do it that way, pay for the little things with green. That's all I'm saying. All right. Next, be willing to write that down again, Jen. Be willing to reduce ingredients in a recipe. Oh, yeah. I was watching a video about, I don't know, was it last Thanksgiving season or 2 years ago? Whatever. I saw a lot of, recipe type videos on a channel that I really don't even remember the name. Okay. But this person, they meant well, I guess was for the holidays or whatever. But then I noticed a pattern in other videos, non-holiday related. Nothing against, but I believe there were too many ingredients in certain recipes. I was like, wow, I mean, that could be very costly. Now, to the person that can do it, great. But I asked myself, is it that necessary to have that many? And it was like the stuff was kind of redundant in that particular recipe. Anyway, the bottom line is I would not use that many ingredients in recipes. It's easier, it's cheaper, it makes more sense, and I don't know. But that's me. I have found that it works for me to use less ingredients in certain recipes. All right. That doesn't mean the meal is boring. It just means I'm using less ingredients. All right. Next, for fun. Now, the last tip was about reducing something. The next tip is about enhancing something. Like, let's say, either your dining room or whatever area you use in your home or apartment, and dress up your dinner once in a while. Put on special tablecloth. Put on pretty plates that maybe you only take out once in a great while for special occasion. Living our life is a special occasion. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a birthday, it doesn't have to be an anniversary. Once in a while, maybe once a month, with your loved ones, show your family, sitting down together as a family. Put the phones away. Put on some nice music that you guys like, whatever the music is. I would suggest for me soft, jazzy dining music. That's my taste, maybe for a meal at that point. Me. Everybody's different. Somebody else may want to listen to classical music. Somebody else may want to listen to rock music. Probably if I was 40 years ago, I would have gone for the latter myself. But right now, I don't mind a little bit of mellow, not sleepy music, but relaxing music and soften the lights. You don't have to use candles. Candles are dangerous. I'm not for them. Soft lighting doesn't cost anything extra. Most people could just dim their lights, okay, or use less or whatever. You'll figure it out. But make at least one time a month a special meal, just you and your family. Okay. Doesn't have to be outsiders. You don't have to have extra people. You and your immediate family. That's important. Family time, immediate family time. I'm sorry. I know we've gotten away from it over time. I know who lives here, who lives there. I get that. Okay. So if it has to be, a smaller version of what I said, or just you and your loved one. Okay. So there you go. But make a special meal. And if, by the way, and if you live by yourself, guess what? You can make yourself a special meal too. You count. Okay, you count as well. Think about that. So every once in a while, hey, dress it up. You're worth it. You don't have to go to a fancy restaurant, 5-star restaurant. Make that 5-star restaurant at home. And the money you save on tips and gratuities, you can make a very special meal. Not to mention gas, not to mention time. I'm just saying, doesn't it make sense? Next, in the morning, I don't know. Isn't it a nice idea when you get up for the day to draw the curtains, pull up the blinds, let the natural sunlight in? God provided us with beautiful sunshine, right? Hey, open up the windows. I don't know. It makes a ton of sense to me. All right, let's talk about when eggs were at their highest of course. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about numbers right now. I'm talking about adaptation. I never thought I'd live through eating just one egg. Ugh, just one egg. Huh. I was used to having two eggs. That was just normal for me until the prices. Remember those prices? I'm not saying they're that we're all going through a much better price. It's a little improved in some areas. It's really improved, and that's good. But I also learned to adapt, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, I did. I adapted to, well, I'd rather have one egg than zero egg, right? So we adapt and we learned how to adjust. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's precisely what I did. And I figured out something. Aha. What could I have on the side with it to make it feel like more? Okay. So I would get those frozen peppers with onion, right? Maybe one day I'd make that with it. Maybe one day I would take a couple of frozen french fries and pop them in the air fryer for a few minutes while I'm preparing the egg to be cooked on the stove. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And I learned how to adapt in a most delicious way. That is just an example. Or a person could cut up some spam, and put it with their one egg, whatever they want, whatever. Get creative. That's the whole idea. Adapt, get creative, and adjust, and you'll be shocked and amazed. Next, find a hobby that is actually free. I mean, it starts off as free. You could keep it as cheap or as expensive as you want. We all have smartphones, all of us. Did it ever occur to you that you could take some really great pictures? Some of my friends that I've grown up with, they take amazing photography. They're really quite talented. You can make your own wall art by going to your favorite places and taking as many pictures as you want to your heart's content. Not like when I was young and you had to buy the film and you had to get the flash cubes and you waited at the drugstore. Don't get me wrong, it was fun anticipating the results. But if the pictures turned out lousy, you felt like, huh? Where today, you don't have to accept a lousy picture. You just, like in a moment's notice, retake the picture. So we have built in hobbies in our hands that cost us nothing but a song. And as far as frames go, get some fun frames at garage sales, thrift stores, yard sales. You see where I'm going with this, or just the dollar store, or just look around and change out some frames that you already own in your home or apartment. Maybe have a bunch sitting in the attic or the basement that you forgot about. And print up some pictures. Make your own wall art. That'd be absolutely amazing. All right. When you're making meals with meat that might have expensive cuts, okay, um, cut them into smaller pieces and spread the wealth. It's just that easy. Cut them into thinner slices. Yum. You could cut that steak down into thinner slices. Yummy. Still tastes great. And it feels like you doubled your volume if you're real careful. All right, next, exercise for free if you're on a tight budget. A lot of us are on very tight budgets right now. But do we have to pay to exercise? Do we have to pay to move around? Now, if you got a really good deal and you utilize it, kudos. Nothing wrong with that. And if it's within your budget of affordability, great. But if you're going to do something that breaks the bank, too expensive, you're really not going to go and utilize it so much. It's a waste of money. You can move around for free. There are tons of videos on here on this very platform that gives you that opportunity. I'm just saying, play word search games like I do. You can do them for free, by the way, online. I didn't know that till Steve mentioned it, but I like to get my word search puzzle books. I ordered them on that letter A site. And recently I purchased one that has a 5,000 words to it for 2026. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I got it on sale. Well, everything I ordered last week, I got on sale. I got great prices. I really shocked a few people that I know with the amount of things that I got. Amazing, amazing. And do something fun and a little different in the cooking or baking arena. Later, I'm going to, I bought these, I always say it wrong. Is it silicone or silicon? Whatever one, you know where I'm going with that. There was a great sale, 3 for $5 and change on that same platform, and they're pastel colored donut cake pans for cake donuts. And wish me luck. Of course, I record a week ahead of time, so by the time you hear this, they will have been done. But I'm going to have some fun with that. Do something fun that does not cost a lot of money, and your family will enjoy the rewards of. There you go, like baking up some cake donuts. It gets to be a lot of fun. And there are some videos on there that show you how to make cake donuts, by the way, using cake mix, box cake mix. Very, very easy. There's a really, really great video out there. If I have an opportunity to remember it, I should include it here in the description. These quick tips are different. They all work. To me, there's an element of fun. And why not? If you could have fun, do something different, and save do re mi at the same time, my answer is why not? Thank you so much for being here. I certainly do appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to come back any day of the week. That means Saturday and Sunday as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, 5 a.m. 5 always was my lucky number.